Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a very fun one. You could probably tell by the thumbnail and the title, but I'm going to be crocheting my dream cardigan. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that the dream cardigan over there? Well, no. Yes, but no. That's one of them. But there's another one I want to make. Picture this. It's 2016, 9 years ago. My two best friends, they're twins, they come up to me and they're like, Chris, please, you should watch the show, you should watch the show. They're trying hard to get me into this anime called Naruto. I'm like, no, I'm not watching anime, like, you guys can do your own thing. I was a hater for sure, and I hadn't even watched it yet. But eventually, I give in and I watch it, and I fall in love with that show. It becomes everything. It's my favorite show. It still is one of my favorite shows after Attack on Titan. And that same year, 2016, me and my friends go to a Comic-Con. It's my first ever con. If you've ever been to a con before, you know that there's a lot of merchandise. There's mugs, there's t-shirts, there's sweaters, there's shoes, there's literally everything you can think of. But at the time I couldn't afford to buy like anything. But at the end of the con, my friend hands me this mug, this Attack on Titan mug, Titan Coffee. This was from 2016, guys. Since 2016, I have bought my fair share of merchandise, but they've never really hit the spot. The material's not that great. They don't really last as long as I want them to. For instance, the one I'm wearing right now, this shirt that I got years ago, this is Naruto, and there's a hole in it. The armpits are permanently darkened. Wow. It's just not that great. However, fast forward, it's 2023, I learned how to crochet, and then I get into tapestry crochet like a few months after, and then I see this one-piece Luffy cardigan, and I'm like, it's like a light bulb just switches, and I'm like, I'm making a Naruto cardigan. So that's what this video is going to be about. I hope you guys enjoy the journey. First step, designing. Because I usually don't draw out my designs before I make them, and I just kind of go from the top of my head, the end result can sometimes be kind of messy or just not exactly what I visualized for the project. For example, with my Penny Proud cardigan, I do like it, but I was envisioning, like before I made it, like more of a fashionista, Sharpay Evans fabulous kind of look. Fluffy white fur at the edges, bell sleeves. But because I couldn't like draw it out or like really see it, I just didn't attempt it, like I was too afraid. So as much as I love this cardigan, I do feel like it still has a lot more potential. Then for my Mikasa cardigan, yes, I love it, but the color changes that I was making, they were quite abrupt and random, and I just didn't want that for this project. So I attempted to draw a rough draft for my Naruto cardigan, but this was the result. Yeah, by no means am I an artist. I'm not claiming to be one, but this year I really do want to improve on my drawing skills, because sketching and drawing is sometimes an important step of the crochet process, which leads me to today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and plenty more. A part of getting older and navigating my early to mid-20s has just been me revisiting and like rejuvenating the skills that I learned when I was younger and trying to improve on them, and Skillshare has been helping me to do just that. Skillshare can help you take your career, your skills, your hobbies, and your passions to the next level. There are thousands of classes on Skillshare for you to choose from to explore and expand your knowledge, some of which are film, illustration, animation, and design. There's crochet, there's knitting, there's drawing. Speaking of drawing, I am currently taking a class on how to draw the body, because before I can start drawing clothes, girl, I need to know how to draw the human body. I'm a beginner, and I'm so grateful because on Skillshare, you're able to filter out what level you want to learn at. If you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, you can choose between them. What I really like about the class I'm taking by Emily Brown is that it features different body shapes, which has been really helpful for me visualizing a realistic outcome for when I make my crochet and knit design. But if you want to learn something different than those, don't worry, because Skillshare has thousands of other classes on music, entrepreneurship. If you want to learn how to needle punch, there's classes. If you want to learn how to do embroidery, there's classes. Embroidery, I want to learn that soon. And luckily, the first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today and broaden your knowledge and your skills and your capabilities. I highly recommend it. Once again, thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. So this is the general idea I had for the back panel. I just knew I wanted Naruto to be on the back. And so I spent the next 2 to 3 days just making the graph, and this was the result after a lot of editing. And then I made my way over to Michael's to buy all of the colors that I needed for the back panel. The euphoria that you get when you reach Michael's and you see all the beautiful yarn, like what? American and Canadian stores, they do it different. Like there's aisles and aisles of yarn. I am hoping to make this a pattern, so I want to be very specific. I don't know if I should be happy or sad because I spent $50. Ooh, that's a lot. So I already had this light blue at home, but I just bought one more because it's the background of the graph and I think I'm gonna need a lot. I was so excited to get started, so I immediately began the back tapestry, but that's when I encountered my first problem. Hey guys, so it is December 4th and I woke up today. By the way, if I pan this camera down just a little bit more, YouTube career is over. Anyway, I just woke up and I just remember that I haven't shown you guys or told you guys the nonsense that I've been going through right now with my current project. I'm doing this Naruto cardigan and I've been changing the yarn at least 4 times. I told you guys on TikTok, but I cannot decide which yarn to use for his skin tone, and the graph that I've used to like try and match it doesn't help at all. This is something that I've never encountered before, where I've like struggled to find, you know, to match a yarn to a skin tone, and it's really pissing me off, to be quite honest. However, somebody in the comments of my TikTok section was like, I'm a painter and the reason why you're struggling is because you are in your room, and so the colors kind of blend into the color of the wall. So this color, like his skin color, is blending into the color of my walls. That's what the guy said. And so he said I should like leave my room, and so I left my room and I looked at it again and it was fine. So I'm pretty sure I just wasted like days worth of crocheting because of the color, when all I had to do was just leave my room and look at it again. So moral of the story is, if you can't decide on the yarn, it's probably because your perception of it has been skewed by the lighting, and you need to go outside and look at it in the sunlight. So that's a quick tip for you guys if you're ever struggling with something similar to that. But yeah, this is how it's looking so far. I feel like I could literally finish this tapestry itself maybe tomorrow, but I have to study, so I can't just do everything in one day, unfortunately, or 2 days. Your girl is an adult with adult responsibilities. Around this time, I actually started learning how to knit, and I began my first project. Knitting is so enjoyable and relaxing, and it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I spent the next couple of weeks working on the back panel, taking a lot of breaks in between. I find tapestry crochet to be really relaxing now, especially when I'm doing other things like multitasking, watching YouTube videos and whatnot. But I do need to be careful with this because sometimes I get so distracted that I end up like not counting the number of squares I need, and then I have to undo it and redo it. I eventually finished the back panel tapestry and I felt extremely accomplished, but I did have a few issues with it, which I'll get into in more depth later. But first, it was time to make the graph for the front panels. I was thinking it would be cool to have one panel be the design of the show's logo, but then I thought, well, I've already done something like this before with my Mikasa cardigan, and I just wanted something different for this one. And one day I was scrolling on Instagram and I came across these really pretty earmuffs from this creator called Not Kaya. My jaw literally dropped because I feel like this is the perfect mixture between sticking to the theme of Naruto whilst also incorporating your own individual style, like the way I love pink. These colors were just so me. So when I saw the Akatsuki cloud in pink instead of the traditional red, I got inspired to make this design for the front panels. I took a break from this project just because I was getting a bit discouraged with the outcome. I showed my best friend And I asked her, like, give me your honest opinion. What do you think? Like, does this look like Naruto? I feel like it doesn't really look like Naruto. My friend looked at me like I was crazy. I've been like a big fan of tapestry crochet for like over a year. And so I just feel like I know when a graph can look better. I feel like I'm just capable of better. I put in a lot of work, so I am going to keep going and just like, hope for the best. I could use words to explain how I felt at this point of the video, but what better way to express my sadness and sorrow than this way? Oh, the woes of tapestry crochet. Spending hours and days on making the graph, then crocheting it, and then it just doesn't turn out the way you thought it would. But I did not just spend 3 months crocheting this just to throw it away. So I started on the front panels, got to work very quickly, and I ended up finishing them within, I think, a few days. Those last few stitches, guys, oh, it's like finishing school, like finishing a semester of school. That's what it feels like. We're going to continue on. We're going to keep going. I'm going to finish the second front panel and then the sleeves, the ribbing, everything. It should be okay. Yesterday, I blocked all 3 panels. I'm just hanging Naruto up there. Sorry about the sounds. There's a lot of wind. It's basically almost dry. And then these 2 are also dry. Blocking, especially steam blocking, guys, it makes such a big difference. I'll try to insert a picture of like the difference between unblocked and blocked, because it's actually like tremendous. Sometimes I will be like, oh no, this project is way too small or it's way too short. And then I steam block it and then it's just the perfect length. So I really highly recommend steam blocking. I tried on all the panels together and all the sadness I had before just disappeared. Like I fell in love very quickly and I just knew it would turn out nice. So I got to sewing, stitching everything together, and I was almost finished. Hey guys, it is currently now February. I am currently working on the last sleeve of this cardigan. If you told me that I'll be finishing this project in February, I would laugh at you and say you've mistaken me for someone else, because I usually crochet very fast and I started this in November, right? Like my other Naruto project took me like 3 or 4 weeks completed, and it was 2 tapestries that were around the same size. But I feel like now that I'm more mentally stable, like just being very honest and blunt with you, I crochet at a more normal speed. Because before, when I would crochet, I was crocheting to escape reality, escape my thoughts, distract myself, and so I was crocheting a lot, like most of the hours of the day. But now these days I'm just crocheting at a normal pace that kind of suits me. There are days where I actually don't even pick up the hook and crochet. For me, that's like a reflection of the fact that I no longer need to constantly distract myself. So it's a win for sure. I mentioned how I was a bit upset with the outcome of the back panel. I just want to explain what it was that I was really upset about, I feel like I am really good at tapestry crochet now. I'm at a point where I'm confident in the techniques to use and stuff. So when I made the graph, I was just so excited, and it felt like I was opening a new door, making graphs that are complicated and have a lot of colors in it. But when I started to actually crochet and I finished the back panel, I just didn't like the shading of Naruto. I felt like it was way too pink. If I used a more tan color, this color here, instead of the pink for his shading, so instead of this pink, I could use this tan. I feel like that would look better. And that made me really upset for a long time. I think that's partly why I wasn't as quick with this project, is because I left it for so long thinking like, no, I don't like the shading. It just put me off the whole thing. I actually still feel that way. Like I still feel like tan would look better. At the end of the panel, like when I was finished the back tapestry, I was just like thinking, do I really need to frog this again? Because I have no problem with frogging. If I'm gonna redo something, I'm gonna redo it. I'd rather have to redo the tapestry, redo the pattern, whatever it is that I'm making, and be satisfied with that end product, versus keep the mistake, keep the problem or whatever, and have to like be constantly looking at it thinking, oh, if only I changed that, because that is now lasting forever, you know what I mean? But because I had already frogged it so many times, trying to decide between his skin tone color, like the white, the beige, the whatever, I just thought like, I don't want to frog this again. I don't want to frog this whole thing again. Plus, I kept showing my friends and they were saying like, what are you looking at, Crystal? Like, they don't crochet. So that's, you know, if you don't crochet, it's not going to be that obvious where things could be improved, if you know what I mean. Once again, I am not paying attention to my pattern, the pattern that I wrote, because I'm talking. I cannot multitask. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm also thinking of gifting this to my best friend who actually introduced me to Naruto and the world of anime and Attack on Titan. Nicole and Natalie, I love you guys so much. Like, guys, you don't get it. Like, this basically changed me as a person, you know? Like, those shows changed me. They changed my morals. Well, not really, but they have shaped who I am today for sure. So I'm just so grateful for those girls. They're twins. I love them so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If by the end of this I'm like, you know what, I still want to make it again with this shading, I will happily gift this to my friends and make another one for myself, and I'll probably make it in a bigger hook size so it can be more oversized on me. I was playing around with different patterns and I came up with this little fish cake, which I think is so cute, and it reminds me of the ramen fish cake that Naruto has in his meals. So I'm gonna find a way to incorporate that. After everything was finished, I went ahead and steam blocked it using an iron because I still have not yet bought a steamer. I ended up redoing the sleeves because I didn't like the pink little stripe that you see there. And then I just played around with where I wanted the buttons to be, and I was finished. I'm proud to say after 4 months, 4 long months of hard work and dedication, kind of, not really dedication, but definitely hard work, I am finished the cardigan. I'm gonna put this on to match, and it's time for the final reveal. Here is the final cardigan. Naruto's in the back. I like the front the most. I think it's like the colors. They just look really pretty together. These are the maki rolls, like the fish cakes, and I actually made them little button clasps because I'm not bothered to sew buttons. I thought I'd show you how it looks on 2 different bodies. So thank you to my roommate for modeling this for me. It fits like true to size on me. I like when things are oversized, so I definitely feel like I would make another version that's even bigger, but I still like this. Forgot to film an outro, so bear with me. Sorry for the lighting change. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys about my thoughts and feelings after making this long ass video. I'm actually just really happy that I didn't give up because I love the outcome, and I've decided that I definitely will be giving it to my best friend. It's like a full circle moment because she's the one who introduced me to the anime, you know, and now I can give her this. It's like a thank you. Plus, I might just make this again. I've written the full pattern down. Hopefully it's up by the time this video's up. And all I need to do is just increase the hook size to make it bigger. Like make a swatch, see if it'll fit me oversized, you know. So I think I might make another one. Maybe, maybe not. It's a lot of yarn. But it's just so pretty that it's like, imagine my friend and I can have matching sweaters. Like, that's so cute. I'm in love with these colors. Together, these, it's just chef's kiss. Reminds me of the trans flag as well. I think these are the colors of the trans flag, white, pink, and blue. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I hope you enjoyed the journey. I really am happy about this. I don't know. There were so many moments where I felt like, yeah, this is just not gonna work out. This is gonna be ugly. But I love the outcome. I think what really wraps it all together are these fish cakes. Like, it's just a beautiful finished touch. And I like how simple is sometimes more, because I didn't do much with the sleeves. I kept it quite uniform. Whereas my Mikasa cardigan just looks like, I mean, it suits the cardigan, but it's very messy. But it's a cool messy. Anyway, let me not down talk my own work, but I love both cardigans in their own way, And if you like this video, please like, drop a comment below, whatever you think. If you want to see more pictures and videos, I'm gonna post a lot more on my Instagram and my TikTok. Also, stay tuned for the pattern release. It's probably released by the time the video's out. If not, it'll be soon released. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video. See you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye. That's all I know.